But we do start with the breaking news regarding the future of Celtic's manager Ange Postecoglou and the potential of him becoming the new manager at Tottenham. Let's head live to Celtic Park and join our reporter Gordon Duncan. Gordon, what can you tell us?
Yeah, a big development in this one. This lunchtime, Celtic granting Ange Postecoglou permission to speak to Tottenham about that vacant managerial position. All weekend, the Celtic fans went quickly from celebrating the Scottish Cup success in the treble to worrying about whether it would be Ange Postecoglou's final game in charge of the club. And it looks like we've got that development to suggest that it is very much heading in that direction. Sky Sports News understands or expects those talks to take place today. So it could be that this one now moves quite quickly now that the season is done, of course, because last week Ange Postecoglou, like he often does, kept his cards very close to his chest. He wanted to remain with full focus on the Scottish Cup final, but as soon as that full-time whistle went at Hampden late on Saturday evening, the season ended and there was a real sense that the future could be about to change for Ange Postecoglou, for Spurs and for Celtic as well. We also understand Celtic already working on potential replacements, with former boss Brendan Rodgers and Jesse Marsch amongst names being mentioned. So we know that things don't stand still in football too long. Celtic fans were celebrating a treble just 2 days ago, but already the question on their lips is, when will Ange Postecoglou leave and what will be next for this football club?
It was really interesting, Gordon, to hear him speaking after they beat Inverness Caledonian Thistle at the weekend, and he said, I was a joke when I came here. I was seen as a joke by people outside of maybe Celtic and in the wider game. How much has he transformed both the perception of him as a manager, but also Celtic's fortunes since then?
Massively, and it didn't take long. There was a very, very small period at the start of his league career here in the Scottish Premiership where he lost a couple of games, and then it just clicked, and they were relentless from that moment on, really winning 2 trophies last season, making it 3 this season, so 5 out of 6, which is certainly not a bad return. But it was probably the manner in which he did it, the style in which he did it, which really caught the eye and probably caught the attention of Spurs as well. You look at the recruitment, which has been key straight away. He went to the Japanese market, went to a market that he knew well, brought in Kyogo, who arguably was his greatest signing, but there was not too many far behind as well. You look at Reo Hatate, for instance, Daisen Maeda, 6 Japanese players in total signed for Celtic, various others. The team that started, in fact, in that Scottish Cup final win of the 11, he only inherited 2 of them. He recruited the other 9, he recruited most of the subs. Some of the players who would have played if it wasn't for injury were recruited by him as well. So it really was a very, very quick transformation, and it's interesting to see you reference the fact that he was written off Ange Who, some people said when he arrived here in Glasgow. They soon found out very quickly the answer to Ange Who, and you just wonder if it's going to be a similar scenario in London as well, because you can already see Spurs fans and observers of English football maybe hoping for a more household name, maybe hoping for one who had more experience of English Premier League level, but it did not take him long to crack it up here in Scotland, and it's going to be fascinating to see, first and foremost, if and when he gets the job, and if that similar level of success will follow.
It was interesting as well, Gordon, that when Postecoglou was appointed, it took a while for Celtic to get to their man, didn't it? They were linked with Eddie Howe particularly for a long time. Just wonder how you feel that the short-term future may play out and how quickly Celtic may turn and find a replacement.
Yeah, with big football clubs, you always imagine there's a level of contingency, because Ange Postecoglou was very successful, and like every player or manager who is a success here in Scotland, it's natural they would attract some interest. I think with the season ending as well, it gives you that clarity almost at that period. Not long, of course, because Champions League just round the corner and summer recruitment, but it gives you that tiny bit of breathing space. It's not like when Brendan Rodgers left Celtic, it was mid-season, it was almost overnight and Celtic had to scramble to find a suitable replacement. And it's funny that we mention Brendan Rodgers, it doesn't seem like so long ago, because already, like I referenced earlier, he would be one of the names in the frame for a return here. His departure safe to say did not go down well with certain sections of the Celtic support. So it would be interesting to see how they would feel about a return. Jesse Marsch, again, that was a name mentioned, linked with Celtic previously before he went to the English Premier League. So Celtic will need to act quickly, because you always do, but just perhaps with that end of the season just in the rear view mirror, there's at least a bit of calm around the place, and a bit of planning to be done for the future.
Gordon, we will leave it there. Thank you very much for the moment.